89.1 FM, the Exile Radio. This is the Miles and Newman Show. I am Newman.
I'm Miles.
And we have a special guest today. His name is Matt Raetzel.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
And I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
What city are you based out of? You live in Michigan your whole life?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually started here in Warren.
Mhm.
I was actually born in Royal Oak.
Mhm.
Lived here in Warren for a lot of years. Moved to Sterling Heights when I was probably about maybe 12 or 13.
Okay.
And now I'm living in Detroit.
What school did you go to? You go around here? You go to Cousino? You go to...
I started my first year in Cousino.
Mhm.
Eventually transferred to Sterling because we ended up moving around the time. So,
Mhm.
but yes, I did get my start here.
You take this program, the radio program or the TV program?
I didn't, but I was interested in it, and I honestly, I'd wish I'd started earlier on, but
I got
but it was more focused on the music aspect back then.
Mhm. So you were saying how you do mostly you do the music, like you create both the music, like the background, like the music for it, and the lyrics, right?
Yes.
What was your process in creating the lyrics for it? Like you got a special process? Like how do you basically what's your mindset when you go into making a song?
Well, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of inspiration comes from things other than music, such as film.
Yeah.
I am a film composer. I work mainly in scoring music for movies.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, a song will start from an idea from a show. Like for example, the "This Is War" piece was actually inspired by the movie Detroit.
Oh yeah.
That came out. I don't know if you guys had seen it, but it was about the riots of the '60s.
Yeah, John Boyega.
And there's a lot of relevance from what happened in the riots to what's going on now. There's a lot of social injustice and a lot of things that have come up in the recent years that I think that we can learn from the riots as well. So I think the music was definitely an inspiration in that respect. So.
Oh, yeah. So you the person singing for the "This Is War" song, his name was Richard Farrell, right?
Yes.
How did you meet him? He's like a friend of yours.
Funny, I've never met him before
at
all. He's actually he lives in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yes. So there's a new thing that musicians are doing now, and it's great. It's a great time to be living in because we can work with people all over the world. You know? I found Richard on a site called Sound Better, and it's basically a site where you can hire producers, engineers, singers, violinists, guitar players, any type of musician or producer that you're looking for, you can find on there. And there's a lot of Grammy Award-winning people on there as well. But I needed a very specific type of voice for this particular song. I spent a lot of time looking around for it, and I happened to hear just a couple pieces that he had performed on Sound Better, and I was just blown away by his talent. Had to get him, and surprisingly, he agreed to do the project, and for a very reasonable price too. So, but he's a great talent. Definitely want to work with him again at some point.
Last question: do you have any musical basically who you look up to in the music industry? Like who you want to be the most admire? Basically?
I would say probably Hans Zimmer. I'm a big fan of his work, and what I like about Hans Zimmer is not just his music, but how he goes about writing music. He's not like most composers. Most composers, we're kind of introverted people. We work very, very in solitude. So, but Hans is very different. He likes to collaborate with a lot of people and bring ideas together. And I would say that's how I like to work most of all. Is I feel like you can only do so much when you're working by yourself, but when you work with other people and you get different kinds of get different types of minds together, you get a lot more inspiration, and you start to think outside the box a little bit more. And I think Hans has been a great example of that.
Right. Thank you.
Wait, hold on. No, before we go, I think you should do something with them, because you say you sing, used to sing.
What?
You say you used to sing, like you can make something with them.
Maybe in the future.
Used to sing?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, when I was younger, I had a little bit of a singing thing I did.
What kind of style are you doing?
Kind of like soulful kind of deal. Yeah.
You do some soul music. like to hear you sometime.
Yeah, maybe sometime. All right. Matt Raetzel, we have This Is War coming up next, only on 89.1 FM, the Exile Radio.
Welcome to the city, said a young man sitting next to me.
89.1 FM, the Exile Radio. This is the Miles and Newman Show. I'm Newman.
I'm Miles.
And we have, again, Matthew Raetzel here in the
How's it
studio.
going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
First question for you.
Sure.
Do you have somebody that you dedicate your music to?
I would say probably my girlfriend, actually.
Okay.
She's a really amazing woman who's been very supportive for me over the last 5 years. And I would say that she's just one of those people that has always been there for me in every way possible. So I would say she's the person that I dedicate my music to the most.
Okay. If you had any advice to give to somebody just trying to start out, just like say like a high schooler trying to start out into just like the music industry, doesn't know how to, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, I would say, it's a very competitive business.
Yeah.
And if you want to make it, it's all about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, when you're first starting out, you should spend the next 10 years of your career just building relationships, saying yes to every project that you can get into, even if it's not paid. That's one of the most important aspects, is because when you get older and you have a big network of people, they're going to keep working and they're going to keep getting you work. And so get out there, do film festivals, do competitions. I actually got a lot of my work from competitions, like the 48-hour film challenge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I met a lot of people through it, and it's definitely kept me working all these years. So
yeah.
But things like that, any gig you can get, if you can find someone on Craigslist, I know, which is a little shady nowadays, but you never know where you're going to find people. But just get out there, get as many gigs as you can, get the experience, and just continue to grow and keep working and learn from every project.
All right. Last but not least, do you have any upcoming projects, like new songs you're working on currently?
I'm actually writing an album right now.
Okay, really? All right.
But it's not in the style of This Is War. It's more of a... it's a narrative, is what it is. So think about when you listen to an audiobook or you listen to a short story. Yeah. This piece is going to be a series of segments telling one short story that's going to evolve into a big musical aspect of it. I can't really give a lot of detail about it yet, but it's going to be an interesting project for sure. On top of it, I'm working on a couple movies. One's a documentary called Line 5, and the other is another feature called Ring of Silence, all done by local filmmakers.
Okay.
I have a question about the album one. Will each of the songs have their own little music video to go with it?
I'd like to do that.
That would be
truthfully.
cool.
I mean, we'll see when the time comes, but I would absolutely love to do something like that. So, just get it would be, what I think would be fun is to finish all the music and get a ton of different local filmmakers to do their own interpretations.
Yeah.
But we'll see where that goes.
That sounds cool to watch. I want to see that.
Yeah. I might try. I mean, who knows? Maybe we make a film festival out of it or something,
All right.
So, Matt Raetzel, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
And same to you.
89.1 FM, the Exile Radio, Miles and Newman Show. We'll be back in a little while. Peace.